everybody, that's Susie from Ruby Rose Reborns, and I'm here tonight with one of your favorites, Mr. Harvey Walter, and we are going to get him ready for Theme Thursday and have a little chat. So, he's still in this precious outfit that we did, I don't know, a couple weeks ago, 10 days ago, or whatever. And we could actually do this again because it has a little giraffe in the boat, but we're not going to. I have something else for Harvey. So we're going to I'll show you what I have first, and we'll take it off. This is a little warm, but it's what I have. So we're going to go ahead and put this on him. And it was from M&Co, which is a company from the UK that Suzanne from Suzanne's Baby introduced me to, and I love their clothes, and they're very reasonably priced and reasonable shipping here. But these are some knit baby blue little pants with the feet in them, and it says roar across it. So, what does roar mean, not war? Well, I guess this monster must be going to be roaring. And this is the matching hoodie. And I love it. It's gray. And it's gray with our blue applique monster with his little whatever those are, ridges. We've got an orange one, a blue one, a navy one, a turquoise one, and then he has white teeth. Oh my goodness, fangs. I would think maybe he's kind of scary. And then it has a very cute hood that's sewn very well, double sewn here, double sewn here on a panel sewn in. On the back, it has nice ribbing. So let's go ahead and get Mr. Harvey in this. And while I am changing Harvey, we'll have a little chat about what's been going on in my life. It's been busy with my dogs. We're getting ready to have, Annabelle's getting ready to have a litter in June. She had one last year, if you remember. Well, it's her time now to have another litter, and we're all excited about that, and all of the mommies are excited. Mommies and daddies that have been waiting on the list for a long time are very excited about having puppies too. She's a little bit late this year going into season, so it'll be a little over a year, maybe 14 months that she's had puppies. So it's perfect. And Toby, of course, is the dad. So we're looking forward to that. And I did want to give everybody I wanted to give you all a update on my daughter, who, as you know, I talked a lot about that in the beginning of the year, that they thought she had restrictive arthritis and all of that. Well, that was the last update I gave you. And, however, she was scheduled to go back in to Kaiser to her rheumatologist after she got off the prednisone. When she was done with the prednisone that took the pain away and the swelling and all that. Well, she was feeling pretty good. She was off of it for a week and she didn't have any problems. But she kept thinking and, relying on her instinct, which is always a good thing to do. If you feel that they're not right and you just have that gut feeling, then go for it. And that's what she did. Oh, this looks so cute. I just gotta back out some so you can see. The roar goes right across, almost right across his knees. And anyway, so she wanted a second opinion, and so she was recommended by a friend of hers to this other rheumatologist there at Kaiser, who was a woman. So she made an appointment with her, And she told her other one that she wanted to get a second opinion. Well, by the time she got in there, which was probably a couple weeks later, that doctor had really done her homework. And she said, you know, I've been looking at your chart. I've been following this. We've gone over every single test. And she asked Katie how she was feeling, and Katie said, I'm doing great. It's been 2 weeks. I'm not on prednisone. I've had no more pain, no more swelling. I don't have a problem walking. And she asked her if she was taking that medication that the doctor had told her that she was going to be on for the rest of her life. And I don't know what the name of it was, but it was not a pleasant medication to take, but they said that that's what she needed to take for her restrictive arthritis, and which is what they all determined is what it was. So the doctor said, you know, if it was this, when you stopped taking the prednisone, you would have pain now. You would, and if you stopped taking the prednisone, and if you didn't get on that other medication right away, you would. No, that's not right. They've misdiagnosed, basically. So she had come up with, she indeed felt that Katie did indeed have, and you guys, I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce this, but it's not endometriosis. It's some other. It's a virus that they catch. And it has all those symptoms, and I can't think of what, but that's what we originally thought it was. And anyway, I can't remember. I'm sorry. Maybe the next video I'll have the foresight to look it up again and pronounce it. But she says, but it was brought on by that was a secondary infection that caused all this to the first one. And so she says, but now, she goes, whatever that was. She goes, but now you're over it. And she said, Katie still says, well, I have some prednisone left. And she said, well, keep it, put it in your refrigerator. And if you have an issue, if something like this happens again, then take your prednisone and call me up and make an appointment. So you don't get caught without being prepared and have to go through what you did before. So Katie said, that's fine. So the doctor was walking her out to the waiting room. And this is when life gets stranger than fiction. She was telling Katie, she goes, I know what you went through. She said, because last year, I had the same thing you're going through right now. It was debilitating. And she said, I got that whatever that disease was, too, from a secondary infection, which was actually, that was the secondary infection. The first thing she had gotten the parvo virus. Okay? Parvo is what, as breeders or as owners of puppies, is your greatest fear, because it's a virus that gets to dogs and it will kill them, kill puppies just flat out. It's so hard to control a new puppy or even an older puppy if they catch parvo. That's why there's immunizations for them. And I always am telling everybody about that comes and gets my puppies. I have a whole, they go home with a whole folder full of instructions, but I give them 2 vaccinations before they go home, and then I tell them exactly the date that they have to have number 3, 4, and 5 vaccination. And I make them sign a contract that says that they will do it, will not take a chance on this, and keep their dog away from anything public because it's so contagious. No PetSmart visits, no nothing, till after they've had their 5th and final shot. Well, this doctor had gotten parvo from her preschool child while he was in preschool. And it's the human virus of parvo, which acts very similar to the canine virus, only it's humans. You cannot get parvo from dogs. I don't know how it all started in the first place, but it gets passed around. It's a virus. And for little children, it will cause a sore throat, a cough, and it will be similar to a lot of different viruses kids get. So people and adults, their mothers and fathers, don't realize that it's actually parvo. But on adults, parvo acts completely different. Swelling of joints. You can't walk. The pain is severe. You have a fever. You have headaches. And it can last up to like 12 weeks for the human to throw it off. And sometimes other infections will develop from it. So she was telling Katie all about this. You know, how she had suffered. She knew that what Katie was going through. And Katie's going, wow, parvo, I never heard such a thing. And then Katie gets talking to the doctor and says, you know, when I went back east to see my nieces in Washington, in Virginia, she goes, I was afraid to go back because I was sick and I didn't want to give them anything. And my brother said, oh, don't worry, they're already sick and coughing their heads off. So Katie thought, okay, I can go. But she says, you know, I think when I was coming home on the airplane that somebody must have been sick and I got it from there, you know, this virus. And the doctor says, wait, hold up. Did you say how old? She goes, how old are your nieces? Are either one of them 3 and 5? And she said, yes, one is 3, one is 5. She said, and they were sick. And she goes, yes, they were. One had a fever, one didn't, but they were coughing, carrying on. And she says, does the 5-year-old go to kindergarten? She said, yes, she does. And she goes, does either one of them have a rash on their face when you were there? She said, yes, they both had a rash on their face. And the doctor says, well, we just solved the problem. You had parvo. You got it from your nieces, and they brought it home from kindergarten. And we were dumbstruck. And she said, that's what you had, and that's why it lasted like 12 weeks, and then it was over with, and it was out of your system, and you displayed every symptom of having that disease. But nobody ever thinks of that because it's a very unheard of thing, and it's usually juvenile. And anyway, my daughter couldn't wait to get home to tell me all about how she had parvo, and she could relate to, you know, dogs now, and we all got a good laugh at it. And unfortunately, there's no immunization right now. There probably should be for kids, you know, catching that. But it's really tough on adults. So with all of this and all this that we did not know, finally, thank goodness, we do know. And Katie's doing very well now. She's not had one reoccurrence, nothing. In fact, I think she's been so busy, she's probably forgotten about most of it. You know how it is. When you start getting better, you kind of forget what you went through. So that's the update. And here's Mr. Harvey, and let's comb out his cute hair a little bit. Yeah. And he just looks adorable in his monster outfit. And we'll put his little hoodie on just to show everybody how cute my boy looks. And just you can look at and then see him in his little monster outfit. And it's just so very cute. Probably will wear it next winter sometime too. And Harvey would like to say goodnight, and me too. And I do want to say again, thank you to all my subscribers, my new subscribers, and the beautiful comments you always leave. And I know Harvey seems to be a favorite among a lot of you, so I hope you enjoy him in seeing him in his cute little monster outfit for Theme Thursday. And I'm going to dress him in his, I think the next time you see him, he'll be in his new duds I got at Target. That will be cute on him. So, thank you again, and have a very pleasant evening, and good night.